I want to start this video by talking about pumps that you get in the gym. And you know, for example, when you're working out, you don't see anything at all. You're working out just to at least be in better shape. You're working out to gain more confidence and even gain motivation to keep working out. Because I do get it, when you're working out and you don't see anything at all, you feel like throwing in the towel, you feel like quitting so easily. You know the veins that you get on your arms? People are going to perceive you as if you lift heavy things. And that's one point that I wanted to make, because when you're lifting heavy things, it makes it seem like you're confident, it makes it seem like you can protect other people. When the time comes for it where you need to lift heavy things, you'll be more than ready to lift heavy things. It took me around about 15 to 20 weeks before I saw any arm veins on my arm. And that should be motivation for you, because you know, for example, how time just goes by anyway. You're more likely to see the progress if you're working on different muscle groups within your body. And by doing this, you're working out in the gym at least 2 to 3 times as a minimum. And when you're just getting started, you can go to the gym once or twice, but then you need to start going there more times. And for someone that's starting in the gym, I will say go there at least 3 times a week. Because when you're going 3 times a week, you're not going on the same days all the time. Because life happens, you have your own schedule. But you need to make sure that when things change in your life, that you also change your schedule so that you're able to do it 3 times a week. You need rest, you need to be eating, you need to be drinking. And when I'm eating, for example, I'm always eating something high in protein. And once I got told this, it's like I can't just not do it now. Because that's the thing, when the information is out there and someone has told you already how to do things, you know when you do something that's bad for you, you can't really unsee the consequences. When you do something that's really bad for you, either that you don't get any sleep, you don't feel as confident, you're not able to recover your body at all. And that's in terms of your muscles, where your muscles don't have time to recover, you're losing sleep, you're losing confidence, you're losing motivation to really do anything. Because that's the thing, if you're doing bad things, it's just going to lead to bad consequences down the line. And that's why people say you need to choose your hard. Because you can choose to do the hard things, which is good for you, or you can choose to do the bad things, which is bad for you. Either way, everyone is going through something, but it's up to you what you really want to do and what you want to get from it. I want to get back to the video topic of really arm veins, because you may not think it's real. And when you're looking at yourself, you may not think it's real when you actually do have it. But also, it doesn't happen straight away, because if it happened straight away, then everyone would have it. And if it's so simple, then everyone will have it. It varies for each person if you get arm veins and when you do. But the most important thing is that you're in the gym consistently. And when it comes to arm veins, it doesn't mean that you have to do it until the point that you have so many veins. You just need to do it so that you at least have a little bit of arm veins, so that way it can motivate you more. But then also you have different things that you want to do. So you also have different things you want to do. You have different fitness goals, you have different aspirations. But also the main objective of why you're even doing this is so that you look good, but also you're trying to fit into clothes better. So for example, let's say you're in a situation where you have to run for your life. Let's say you're in a situation that you have to lift something heavy in order to win something, but also you're lifting something heavy just so that you can at least help someone else, because the other person around you, they can't lift it, or maybe they're too old and they can't lift it. So that's the way that I look at it, because when it comes to arm veins and trying to be in a better shape for yourself, you are doing it for yourself, but also you're doing it so that life can be much easier for you. Because that's why people say that life is really a video game, because it's only game over when you choose to give up. And you have to understand that when it comes to life, for example, you have different levels that you're trying to achieve. In a video game, a character has tools that can help them to level up. So for example, it could be a map, it could be equipment. But the point I'm trying to make is, because when it comes to you going to the gym, anyone can go to the gym, anyone can transform their body. But also the way that you look at yourself now is not how you're going to look at yourself in the future when you do go to the gym. And one thing that you may realize as well, that when it comes to the weather, it's something that you can't control. So that's why on those days where you can't control the weather, on those days you can't control what's going on in your life, the most important thing is to focus on what you can control versus what you can't control. So when you focus on the things you can control your sleep. Like as soon as you get back, you just rest for a bit and then you go to sleep. But then also you're trying to go to the gym 3 days a week. And it doesn't mean that you always stick to those 3 days, but you try your best to stick to it. So the main thing that I'm just going to say, in terms of getting arm veins, I'll mainly say hammer curls and I'll say lateral raises. And when it comes to lateral raises, you're focused on your posture. When it comes to hammer curls, you're focused on your posture as well. Because when it comes to hammer curls, you're sitting on the gym bench. But when it comes to lateral raises, the way that I do it, I like to do it standing up while looking at the gym mirror. And when you see yourself in the gym mirror, it motivates you to do more. And that's what motivates me to keep going, because I'm not always thinking about when will I get arm veins, but I'm just thinking about finishing each workout every single time. Because for me, I used to think that it's about doing the most reps. I used to think it's about competing against other people, but it's mainly about competing against yourself. But instead of doing the most reps, you're just trying to be consistent. So you're trying to constantly show up to the gym. You're trying to do the things that you said you're going to do, but also you're trying to progressively overload, where you're lifting weights that you can lift with good form and slower reps, but also you're trying to increase the weight so that you're doing less reps, but you're just increasing the weight because it's above your limits. So the main thing that I'm going to say in terms of getting arm veins is mainly about your posture, because your posture will help you with your confidence. It will help you to lift more weight. And when it comes to posture, it's because you're looking forward, you're standing straight, you're sitting down straight. But what else I'm going to say is because I focus mainly on high protein meals. And when I focus on high protein meals from breakfast to lunch to dinner, I realized that it really helped me with my gym performance. Because as you know, the reason why I was inconsistent in the gym for many years is because my diet was inconsistent. And I knew deep down that my diet was holding me back, but it's only this year that I started to see a real change. In terms of getting arm veins, it's not just focusing on your arms, but you have to focus on whole body workouts. And that's why currently I'm doing a push, pull and legs routine. The reason why I'm saying that you need to take pictures of your physique, especially after once you've done a workout, because for the longest time, I was taking pictures of myself before the gym, of how I looked like before. And I was wondering, why am I not getting the arm veins that I may want? And then afterwards, I realized after a long time that it's mainly about taking pictures of myself after I work out. And I do get it, when it comes to pictures, there's always lighting. You're looking at the best angles. You're trying to figure out what works for you in terms of angles. But the thing is, the arm veins are going to stay if you're working out in the gym for a long time. And focus mainly on your diet, because you don't want to lose all that you gained just through a bad diet. So all I'm going to say is just to live an active lifestyle and try and make fitness a part of your lifestyle. So that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again soon.